Hello everyone and welcome. This is a walkthrough for the first exercise in the HTML programming unit. By this time you should have finished lesson 3 of the online course, and since this is the first exercise that we're going to do in class, I'm going to add a walkthrough so that we can do it together. Okay, so follow along. Now I opened brackets over here, and I have you'll see how I'm arranging my windows, but we're going to use brackets and the live preview function of brackets to see what we're doing. Okay, what I have on my screen right now is over here I have the end result. This is what I want my page to look like by the end, and this is my HTML. Okay, and we're going to build this together. All right, so to begin, let's go with a new file, and right away we need to save it and give it a name. I'm gonna call this exercise walkthrough .html. Really important to put the extension there so that brackets knows it's an HTML file. Okay, I'm gonna activate live preview, and of course right now my preview is going to be empty because there's nothing in my HTML file yet. So let's begin. The first tag that we need to write in every HTML file is the doc type. So doc type HTML. It doesn't matter if it's lowercase, uppercase, no problem. All right. So that's my first line. Then I have to start my HTML. So HTML. And you see that when I close a tag, it gives me the closing tag as well. So I'm going to give myself a little space for my HTML. Next is the header section, so head. All right, and inside the head, I want to do the title. So I'm going to do title, and I'm going to call my page exercise 1. Now notice I wrote the title in the head, and notice my tab here now, exercise 1. I'm going to call this one, to distinguish it, walkthrough. Okay, exercise 1 walkthrough. That's the title of my page, and you can see it over here already. And that doesn't show on the page, it's just a setting of the page. Okay, so that's the only information I want in my header right now, in the head section. So after that, after the head, I'm going to start my body and close it and give myself a little room. I can, clear spaces if I want, but so make it more organized. But I just gave myself a little bit of room. So looks good. Looks good so far. I got my head section. Inside the head, I got the title. Okay, all of that inside my HTML. And right now, I'm going to start my body. Okay, and in the body, the first thing that I want is this is my first page, which is heading 1. So let's write that. H1, because it's a heading 1, and I'm going to write this is my first page. Oops. Page. There we go. That's a heading 1. And below that, I have a paragraph that describes what I'm doing. I can change anything I want. It's just a paragraph. I can write any text I want, though. So after my first heading, I'm going to create a paragraph. I'm just going to write something. This is a paragraph, and if you want, you can even copy paste from a source. Like for example, here I'm going to go to Wikipedia. And go to any article. Really doesn't matter. Search for. Let's search for the Avengers, since the movie's coming up. You guys gonna go see it, I'm sure. Let's look at the Avengers comic. So hey, this is interesting. Why not? So this is going to be my first paragraph right here. Copy and paste it over here. It doesn't really matter what the text is. Okay. So there I am. That's my first paragraph. I could make it a little more coherent, but it doesn't really matter. And here it is. That's the first paragraph in my HTML. The second paragraph is very similar, but it has some color and background formatting. So let me just get another paragraph over here. Copy that, copy it, and let me start a new paragraph over here. P and paste. Okay, so there we go. But even though the paragraph is there, I do have to change the style of it a little bit. All right. So to do that, I'm going to go inside my P tag, my opening P tag, and I'm going to add style equals, and then I'm going to quote, and inside the quote I'm going to add the style, color, colon, pink, semicolon. There you go. You can see the text change from black to pink, and actually the text should be blue, colon, and the background color should be pink, and colon. There you go. I added the style to my paragraph. It affects all the text inside that paragraph. Color, blue, semicolon. Background color, pink, semicolon. It's important to pay attention to the syntax, because if you miss a quote, a colon, a semicolon, if you leave a space in the name of the attribute, the property, it doesn't work. Like if for example, let's say that I don't do the background slash, dash color, I don't get it, because background color altogether doesn't exist. HTML doesn't understand that. So I have to add that little dash, all right, for it to work. So syntax is really, really important. Okay. So that's my second paragraph. Let's see what the next paragraph should be. Okay, so I have a heading, favorite foods. So let's do that. Over here, I'm going to add H2 because it's a heading 2. And I'm going to say favorite foods. All right. After that, I have a list with kind of like favorite foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the list of favorite foods, in each category. So let's do that. Over here, I'm gonna to add a list, the tag is UL, unordered list, and you close it, and you get the closing tag. Now, your list goes inside this UL. Everything inside here is a list. And LI, list item, defines one thing on that list. Okay, so that's going to be breakfast, and another item, LI, lunch, and then the last item, LI, dinner. Now, I have my list for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But inside the breakfast, there's a list of the foods that I eat for breakfast. So how do we do that? Well, it's a nested list, so very easy to do. Inside, just below the breakfast, okay, I start a second list, unordered list. Close it. And inside my unordered list, I have a list item. And this is food for breakfast, so I gotta do, oh, sorry, let me change to my, there we go. I gotta do foods that I have for breakfast. Let's say coffee, and let's do another item, list item, fruit. There we go. So I have a list inside or below the first list item, and a second list, and list items for this second list, right? So below lunch, I'm going to add a new list, unordered list. Okay, give myself some space, and inside my second unordered list, I'm going to add a list item. This is going to be for lunch, pasta, and I'm going to have one more, list item, and I'm going to have fries. Why not? All right. So you can see that in just below my lunch list item, I have a new list with its own list items. So the final list that I want to make is the one for dinner. I have my list item dinner here, and below that, and before my list finishes, I'm going to have another list, unordered list. And let's make this one an order list, just to experiment. OL instead of UL. I have to change both. OL. And that means it's an ordered list. And see what happens. List item. And for dinner I have eggs. But look at the list. It has a number in it because it's an ordered list. All right, so now we have numbers. Let's have a second list item. Oops. List item. And beans. Hey, why not? Classic breakfast. So here we go. I have my breakfast, lunch, and dinner list, and below each item, breakfast, I have another list with coffee, fruit. Below lunch, I have another list with pasta and fries. And below dinner, I have another list with eggs and beans. And then I close my complete list right here. You see? All right. Let's jump to the next section. Okay, so now I need an image. I'm going to, just below my list, I'm going to go ahead and do another paragraph. P, to introduce image. There we go. And below that, the image, this is something that you can do. You can just insert an image, but you can also put the image inside a paragraph, and that's helpful, and I'll show you why. Okay. So inside the next paragraph, I'm going to put an image. Now the image tag is the only one that doesn't have a closing tag, okay, slash image. This one closes itself. So image and source equals, and in quotes, and I'm going to close it right here. Actually, I have to do slash. There we go. Now I just need a URL, an address for my image, and I can find a URL, for example, this adventures image. This is nice. Just click on it and it says the address for this is right here. So I'm going to just copy that and put it inside the quotes. That's the source of my image, right? Let's see what happened. There we are. There it is. All right. Now, remember I told you it was helpful to put the image inside the paragraph, because now I can align my image. You can see that over here it's centered. Okay, it's in the middle of the page, and I can do that by adding style to the p tag that holds the image. Style equals, and I'm going to quote, and in the middle I'm going to go text align center. There we go. And automatically you saw the image just move to the center, right? Text align center. Anything that is inside the p tag is going to be centered. Anything that's inside this p tag. And what I have inside the p tag is my image, right? So there we go. What else? What else do we need to do? Okay, so I have my image. Then I need a link to my favorite restaurant. Notice that the text size for the link is 30px. Okay, so it's a link to, in this case, a restaurant. Let's do that. Okay, so first let me write the description, another paragraph. Okay, a link to a restaurant with text size 30 pixels. There we go. And now my link. I'm going to put my link inside another p tag because I'm going to style it, change the size of it. So inside the last p tag, I'm going to put my link, which is a close, and a opens and closes, right? And in the middle is the text. So in this case, it's Pizza Hut. You might have a different favorite restaurant, okay? So my tag should already be showing up here, okay? But it says Pizza Hut, but it doesn't know where to go yet because I have to change the a parameter and add an href property, quote, and inside the href I'm going to write the web address of my favorite restaurant. So now you can see that my link changed. It was just text before, but now if I click it, it takes me to Pizza Hut. Can I get pizzahut.com? Okay, fine. It won't work right now. There we go. Until I save my file and everything. But it's already there. It's taking me somewhere. All right? And what I can do is I can make it complete. HTTP. There you go. Now it should take me directly. There we go. Pizza Hut. I'm not going to go there. So I have to do the complete address. HTTP : / the web address. That's it. That's my A. I have to style it though. I have to change the text, the size of the text. So for that, I'm going to, in the P that holds my link, I'm going to go style equals quote, and in the middle, I'm going to write font size. I'm going to give it 30 px. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry guys, there we go. 30 px. The moment it takes effect, font size 30 px. That should work, and it should look bigger. So I might have a mistake here somewhere. I'm going to try to remember what that is. Style, font size. Let me look at my original file. font size. Yeah, that's the way it is. Can you spot the mistake? Because I can't. I don't know what my mistake might be. Font size 30px. Let's try and save my work. Let's see what happens. Save. And let's preview again. Because sometimes I might lose. Oh, there we go. So I had lost my link to my preview. So it's working. Okay, so my font size is bigger, and there's my link to Pizza Hut. I'm going to finish off with a last p tag and say this is the end. All right, notice every little segment right now we are putting it inside a paragraph. Okay, paragraphs are like very important in HTML. They define the sections of your text, okay? And they automatically, everything that's inside a P tag, a paragraph tag, is continuous. It's one line, let's say. And when you resize your browser, like if you want to resize the browser, you can see that the paragraph realigns. Okay, that's because of the P tag. Okay, and it's defined as that. So that's the walkthrough. Thank you guys very much for taking the time to do this. Sorry if it was a little bit long, but it is the work that we do. Follow along, do it yourself, and upload your document, your HTML document. Have a good one then.